Look at Zeka though. Zeka's going for an incredible flank around the side. Ruler has no flash. This could be a big, this could be a big damage. The clutch over the line. And fall off Ruler. Taken out of the fight, but they don't quite have the damage to finish it. Now instead, turning back to Doran, taking the Ornn out of the equation. The ulti will hit nobody. Zeka, Ruler! Zeka! Remember his name! It was his landing advantage. It was his charm, and it was his charm again. But Peanut can be the difference maker. He can look to turn it, but he will not take the risk. Instead, it will be Inferno for DRX.
Open and take down that exposed inhibitor.
This is great from Chovy. They should be able to pick up this in. If DRX have to force this, Zeka stayed. He could look to end. DRX need to get this down quickly. Chovy doesn't have the TP, but he could end the game. Kingan's here. No TP is the 4v4.
As well. They're trying to force the fight. It could all come down to a 50-50. Pyosik versus Peanut in the pit, but they're trying to zone him away. Doran already getting chipped away. Chovy running the fight to the side of DRX. Redemption could down, but Peanut, no! He's buying time. Pyosik, you madman, you genius, holding on to hope. A lamb's respite, indeed, buying the dragon a brief break so they can take it down in the end. But still, Chovy remains standing. One man versus the world. Will he be enough?
Never one without the other. Pyosik on Kindred keeps the dragon alive. Peanut smites into the Lamb's respite. DRX are looking to end this game to death. 1v2 against Ruler Land. Barrels behind him.
No inhibitor this time. DRX and Deft will take the Elder, and they will take their first game off of Gen.G in 2022.
What a turnaround for DRX.
What is happening? They're falling apart. They're not finding any plays. Things are backfiring. Yes, Ruler's ahead, but the top side is in shambles.
E for the 4v4.
Pyosik's having the series of his life right now.
Doran. Handshake. Zeka on the flank looking for Ruler. He gets it. He gets the into the R. He gets everything he wants, and now he can try to find another one. Zeka 2. Lead again. Zeka, time after time, in the face of Chovy. Damn your church. He is here to win. Good sidestep, catching out Kingan. Kingan going face first into the pillar. He will break it, but now he's forced to flash out to safety. Chovy fishing. Kingan going golden, trying to buy a bit more time. Hostile take over the flash, coming out as well. Ruler hitting Chovy left and right, and it's Zeka onto the back line, but for now he's only hitting Doran. Fishing for the angle, trying to get something done. It's into that again. Again, it's Zeka! How do they do it every single time? This man might just be the cleanest Akali in the world. DRX take the fight, set their sights on the mid lane. They don't need the Baron.
And they're gonna end. Deft kills Chovy, TPing from Kingan. DRX don't care about this dragon. They don't care about soul point. They care about match point. They care about series point.
DRX, a victory march into the enemy base as they move to match point versus Gen.G.
That man on your screen, Zeka, is making miracles happen here in Atlanta. Gen.G are starstruck. A World Championship final for DRX. Who could...
What?
Oh, Chovy. Did he just...
Yep.
Did he panic, or did he have smite on a spellbook or something?
I think Fat Finger on the flash, potentially. It is hard to say without watching the replay, but potentially a sign of nerves setting in. Either side will leap into the enemy backline. 6K getting lower. DRX think this is their opportunity. Barrel looking for the knockup, and he drives it! And it's the soul! And it will be a slaughter in the pit! Pyosik and Deft back to back as brothers, slaughtering the front line and the back line of Gen.G. It is Ruler versus the world, but the Gale Force will not be enough.
He's dead! Kingan's gonna get the kill! No, Ruler turns it around! He gets Kingan! He gets Barrel! He falls! It's 3 members of DRX left. Chovy has respawned. I'm not sure if they have enough to look for the full end. Chovy
buying brief moments.
They're gonna force it.
They get it. Stepping in. The carries are so strong. Doran goes into the meat grinder, and he is taken out. It is domination for the team.
8 years ago, Def fell to his sister team in Samsung White, but today, in the face of insurmountable odds, he stands tall.
The last dance goes on. The stage is set. It is one final chapter. It is one more page in the legacy of Deft. He has one chance to kill the king, and today he did not miss.
And the king is waiting in the World Finals.
Gen.G shell-shocked. And for one moment, the world stops spinning.
Down, Peanut now going to try and chase forward, but Yagao and Shun in the right position to stop them. The Magnustorm for Peanut, he's nowhere near them! It's just miles away. They got an EpiPen or something, because Peanut not doing anything to them as BLG secure the Ocean. Splash forward, twisted advance, knocked back onto On, and Gen.G played to this tune in game one. The bailout coming out and On will be brought back. And now Delight is next on the menu, and Elk can turn it around. Double buff for him. It's going to be two, but a great flash from Delight. Got escape.
Doran now going for a bit of a trade. Nice trading against
Bin.
Bin.
It's on his way with the Nature's Grasp as well, but you can see Shun ready to react. Bin rooted up. Shun is on his way. The equalizer down, and Dorman's burning. Bin trying to turn it around, and Dorman will fall first, and Peanut's buried next to his brother as BLG's strike.
Right now, I feel like their Mega
Dorman,
Ring is...
what?
What?
What on earth? Peanut and Doran have been possessed in these last two games. The Magnustorm engage in the river, and then Doran just flashing the wall.
So
what probably
just
just
happened?
timing someone's flash.
It's me. I have a bit of a personal stake as Indigo.
They do find
here we
engage
go.
onto Shun. He has the flash, goes in with the Cataclysm, and now there's the TP. Hostile takeover from On as well. Is going to catch two. The equalizer down, and Chovy is burning in the river. Lava underneath this speed as Doran probably regretting that lack of flash now as Yagao catches him with the shockwave. The EQ combo from Shun sends him to an early grave.
Sidestep the shockwave, but huge props to BLG. I did not tout them as favorite. Oh, Chovy.
Neither of the mid lane is able to hit their ultimates in that trade. Yagao has a 2-level lead as well, and now is chasing Chovy and Peanut down. Chovy has to flash away. Peanut trying to trade back in, but remember, there's an Infernal Soul on this Orianna. The Sun Disc comes down as Peanut continues to be forced away. The rest of BLG are looking for the Nexus. The most one-sided series we have seen in a while here at Worlds. Peanut has to flash away. The Cataclysm in will end Chovy's day, and now Doran and the rest of Gen.G can only stand and watch on the fountain, but even there, they are not safe from the unending assault of BLG.
And BLG!
Twilight Shroud, TP now invested by Gen.G. The Dragon
flash
up.
Shun.
Doran able to dash away. Shun going in with Cataclysm, but now Delight can really open up. Magnustorm not quite off cooldown. Doran has a stopwatch, but all he can buy is the second. The equalizer now out. Doran falls. Chovy looking to hit him. He dashes back in, but the Abyssal Voyage brings him forward. And Chovy is shut out of the fight. BLG find two. And an organization that has defied expectations as the TP comes in behind. Chovy looking for something. Delay already caught out by Bin. He's going to have to dash away. On going in with the Abyssal Voyage. Chovy looking for that flank position, but the equalizer coming down, and once again doesn't quite get him into the wall. Elk gobbled up as On is going to spit him out, and the tower's already gone down. Dawning Shadow out as Peanut falls. Everyone on Gen.G is so low. Elk's still full HP pretty much as he heals up with a piercing dark. And Gen.G just cannot find the pick they're looking for.
That's going to be two inhibitors down now, and BLG, they might try and look for the end.
And everything invested by Gen.G. No ult on Delight, not on Pays either. Yagao still has the shockwave to send a shock through the crowd here in Busan. Pays low again, rooted up. The shockwave just short. The stopwatch from Pays buys a second, but Shun still has the GA. Chovy trying to clear out the minions as the Gnar back from Doran once again.
GA?
But On just tanks for days. GA coming out from Shun, and now it's all on Chovy. It's all on Pays. And we were told Busan was the church of Chovy, but what's a god to 5 non-believers? BLG will face Weibo in semis.
It might have not gone in the same manner as it did at MSI, but it's BLG that walks away the victors.
Spotted by a T1 ward, as we can see. And there's a Mega Inferno Bomb just to guarantee that they know exactly what's going on. Teleport comes in, and yeah, there is no smite anywhere near this pit. Chovy, can you actually stop something from happening here? Is it going to be Ona that locks this one down? Ulti from Faker finds two. He's out of there immediately. Keen's able to try and chop them up. And there goes Ona, but they'll trade that any day of the week. They have the Baron buff as carrier, able to get the handshake beautifully. His position, amazing. As Lance is in so much trouble, Zay's going to pick it up with a body slam, and Pays is slowed down as well. They're being separated and destroyed as T1 just dance on Gen.G.
The main course has delivered as T1 smartly start off the Baron as Gen.G tried to start the Dragon in favor of T1.
Yeah, Lahen's not feeling too happy about it. You can see the GOAT as well, not celebrating yet. This is game one Yep, Chove's got a cask at the ready. It is going to be Ona denying that soul, and now T1 starting off the fight. Can Gen.G actually find an angle as hostile takeover comes in? Carrier, he's tried to bail himself out, and it's going to work for now. The Impale is good. They take down Carrier, but can they deal with the carries? That's the question. Chove starting to pop up, and so is Gumayushi. Chove's cut down. More arrows into his back, and he knows that it's done. Flashing forward. It's a triple for Goober, and that should be the game.
He still hasn't died!
Oh my, 8 games in a row, I guess, gentlemen.
T1 in the final team fight of game 1 will snuff out Gen.G. A full-on ace at the cost of their jungle and support. The Nexus in their eyes, 30 minutes in. T1 remain the gatekeepers of the World Finals, and they'll say you'll have to try better than that if you want to make it to London.
Nexus turret number 1, Nexus turret number 2, and T1 will take the first game in this best of 5, and we'll see whether Gen.G can do better in game 2. As Canyon's doing his very best to try and clear things out, Dustbringer should be able to help, as there's the charge, and this turret's not going to be long for the world. Oh my god, the damage! The arrow's going to connect, and Lance trying to crash his way out. She says no, he has his bow primed, and it's another, oh never mind, not another charge, that's a smite coming through. Maybe it was a bait season assist, and it's a double kill. He's able to get the arcane ship, but just barely clipped by the hostile takeover, and Gen.G cannot do anything this game.
I mean, it's just a beatdown from T1. If game 2 is
oh god, okay, there's gonna be 5 people towards this top side of the map as Paisley gonna try and get on in there. Another cast, Keen is just being thrown around by it like a ragdoll, and it's another kill for Gumayushi as a result. Gen.G not able to do anything. Faker just utilizing the second portion of his ultimate because he can, and it's all of a sudden a 6,000 gold lead. Oh yeah, Ona was thinking about it. The arrow is going to go wide, but still Spirit Rush has to be invested as Pace gets caught by Handshake, and now over the wall they go, but Ona might be going a little bit too far. You've got Zayas coming in though, just trying to be the hero, and speaking of heroes, Faker finds Pace, but not enough damage. Lahens the first to go down in the exchange, and now Gen.G are scattered. Pace is dead, and Zayas says, you cannot take this belly. It's going to be Canyon that goes down next, and T1 will take down this inhibitor turret. It took a little while, but I think they're just going to move through and win game 3.
And all that tension deflates as the turnaround is found. T1 not going to let Gen.G claw their way back in this game. Canyon tries to flash just to clear the wave.
Yeah, King desperately trying to hold him, but he cannot, and now it's Chove left on his lonesome. He's going to need to be that hero as these minions are going to now join these Nexus turrets. Lahens just trying to buy some time, and he knows that this game is over. Chove just trying to get back to his fountain, goes golden alongside Faker, as the Nexus is not going to go down. The perfect execution of T1 in this game, exemplified by their mid laner on the fountain of Gen.G, and they'll move to match point.
But in a position like this,
yeah, Faker looking for Canyon, trying to find that opportunity, scaring him with where this shot might go. Point blank, the charge, the stun, but the knockback with the buster shot is not enough, and first blood goes to Faker's Ari and Chove, and it is a different story when it's the unkillable Demon King that has it, as another charm is going to get him. Gumayushi executes. Lahens, they do try and even out the fight as Faker is evicted, but T1 is still standing their ground.
is on the rotation. Carrier.
Yeah, can he charge it? He does find a knockback onto Faze. There's the crash into the wall as well. Lahens just caught out and explodes. Ona's going to grab kill credit for that one, and T1 seem to do no wrong.
And T1 can bide their time. I just don't think they will.
Yeah, Nature's Grasp going to come out. The arrow connecting onto Ona. Chains of Corruption just try and buy some space with the flash onto Faker, the knock up, and he's dead. Pace's arrows follow him into the death chamber as the Impale is decent. Ona's still alive. He's so tanky, and it's Gumayushi taking matters into his own hands. The spears go wide, and the poppy goes down. It's a double kill for the Skarner, and Chove's still alive. There's a bit of damage, but he gets over the wall, flashes, but the Bone Skewer finds him. The shutdown for Goomer, and T1, they want to go to London.
And Gen.G trying to get the fight, but the death timers are too long.
Oh, it's only Canyon versus the world here as T1 are taking down their first inhibitor of the game. They are not done yet. Nexus turrets stand between them and another final. He goes golden. He's holding onto the wave. He wants to take it down. He does. But another one is conga lining in. Lahens, he knows he just has to move it away from these Nexus turrets. And he is able to stall it out. another teleport. Faker does come back, and they'll now get their time. It is Guma that's able to melt these turrets, and Gen.G for the last 2 years have been the kings of Korea, but we know the world is T1's home ground.
Towards that Chovy lead we all know and love is...
And Provide, he tries to flash away from it, he slammed into the wall. Chovy, take a pew. Your church is closed. KT find the kill on the enemy mid, and will turn their eyes towards the Drake.
My sentence yet, or he just gets swept, doesn't get the flash, immediately gets slammed into the wall. And again, that's with BDD not having his flash.
Oh my god, he got solo killed.
Grand Starfall in from Canyon as he looks for the chase onto BDD, but BDD still has the flash, and he'll jump over the wall. They call him BDD for a reason, as he outplays Canyon and Chovy.
And you're just gonna get auto to death. I mean, he procced the phase rush. The phase rush expires. You cannot stand around like that. You need to be able to exit the fight. BDD is looking to take this one over.
Perfect's there, trying to act as that front line. Looking for the eye. The solar flare, Dogdam immediately cleanses away from it. Canyon dives in, a great steadfast presence stops Duro from coming in. The TP first is going to be BDG joining the fight. Keen forced up towards the top side. Perfect's going to 1v1 him with the all-out, and now the charge forward from KT. They find 3 as Gen.G are left reeling.
In a position to carry, right? Gave over the early shutdown, not this
Yeah,
time.
but once a Chovy, Perfect here. Pathmaker will find Chovy, and he doesn't get a chance to move. KT once again kill off the enemy mid to defend the solar flare. BDD slides away from it. You can't catch me. Starfall in, but Canyon's locked up. The keeper's verdict knocks back 1. Cuz goes in for the chase, but can't quite find the damage on the Canyon. But here comes Dogdam for the rest of it. Keen with the whole world on his shoulders as he pops the world ender, but he's stunned up, locked up, and taken out by KT. Another name on the list for KT. They take their destiny into their own hands as they go 1 game away from finals. For it, BDD on the flank, Duro, Flash, Winter's Bite, into the Glacial Fissure, they dodge a petrifying gaze, but Duro's still caught by it. Flash hostile takeover coming out into the Fate's Call. The Cuz is able to get the Herald as Keen tries to get onto that back line, but so much work here from KT. They've already found 2 in the fight, and the tides are very much in their favor. They'll chase down Canyon. KT raw to life in game 4. It's from KT, and you can see for Gen.G, they just never wanted to get into that choke point. 6,000 HP on the Artican right now. Impale lands. Hostile takeover coming out as well as eaten by the Unbreakable. BDD flashing forward with the Miasma. Redemption's coming out as Dogdam dances around the fight. Keen forced to flash away. Perfect able to escape with a sliver of HP, as is Peter. Ruler now on the front line. He stares into the eyes of BDD, and he's turned to stone. His tombstone litters the rift as KT win the fight at Artican. Redemption coming out from Gen.G. Cuz trying to get out of that obsession. The Morning Mist landing on towards the backline. The Elder down to 7,000. Good stun coming out. The corner of the port got Duro, blocks the Glacial Fissure out as well. The Elder secured as KT. They get it, and Dogdam is flashing forward. Ruler rules no longer. KT clean up the fight, and now march down mid.
KT! I can't believe it! The roller coaster is not done yet! Peter was right! We're going up! Up! Up!
In the most unbelievable World Semis, no one thought they could do it.
KT, all the years, all the tears, all the fears forgotten. It is 1 step closer to the promised land, as we see no defense available for Gen.G. KT are going to finals!
Fallen yet, they did lose the 1 tower, but only 40 seconds left on this barrier.
He goes in, and he tries to seal the fates of Chovy, but he pops a stopwatch immediately. The Zapzap gets him. Cataclysm off the backline. Gen.G have already lost their mid laner. A GA coming out for KT as they manage to back away. Gen.G lose 2. BDD wants to make it more, can't find it, but KT hold on.
The engage from BDD is such a thing of beauty because the Zhonya's loses so much power against the Caitlyn. So they go in knowing that he's going to use the Zhonya's. He uses it, gets trapped out of it perfectly by Dogdam. This is just such a thing of beauty, playing perfectly to your comp.
And that's a 2 for 0. The trap, the headshot, and the equalizer. Get the roller coaster back up, because now it's a 2 for 0, and Elder is about to spawn. We'll see how the Death Timers play out. Chovy does FTP. Keen does as well. but this game is still ongoing.
20 seconds for the Elder, 41 minutes in the game. KT are looking to set up around it. There's a little bit of vision there for Gen.G right now. They do have the TPs on Keen and Chovy. Keen still 10 seconds away.
But no Zonias will be available for Chovy, so he's going to be vulnerable.
Teleport comes in for Chovy. KT put up a snap trap line to try and stop them. Peter has that Pop Blossom. They'll look for the Fate Seal. The Elder already down to 7,000. Shape Splitter out. Seismic Shot. Peter gets the Pop Blossom only onto Duro, but the Elder is secured, and now KT will look to turn the fight. Gen.G immediately run for the hills. Keen flashes across the Fate Sealed from BDD, trying to take out Chovy. Duro falls on the back line as KT continue to collapse. Kaz dodges the Seismic Shot, but Chovy survives. The Elder doesn't quite tick him down. In the end, a 1-for-1, but KT secures the rest of Gen.G. Canyon size the GA, but the rest of Gen.G can't get to him. They've been equalized. The Guardian Angel down on Canyon. Meanwhile, BDD distracting. Generation Gaming. The Cataclysm in from Cuz will build the walls of Gen.G's tomb. Gen.G taken down by the might that is the KT Coaster.